everybody. Today we are starting up with chemical properties of metals. In the previous video we have studied about the physical properties of metals and non-metals. We have also studied about a few exceptions. Now we are starting up with first chemical property, that how do metal react with air? What happens when a metal reacts with air? Air particularly is oxygen. So the general reaction which comes out to be whether a metal is burning in air, whether the metal is just reacting with air, or the metal is not reacting with air. The general reaction will be metal plus oxygen, and it will result in the formation of metal oxide. Let's see a few examples to make this concept clear. For example, sodium plus oxygen will give you sodium oxide, that is Na2O. Same way, please try to write the reaction for potassium also. These metals, sodium and potassium, are very reactive metal, and therefore they react violently, and you can see here the moment it comes in contact with air, it starts to burn. No additional heat is required for its combustion, it just starts to burn. Therefore sodium and potassium, they are stored in kerosene so that their contact with air can be prevented. Next reaction is of magnesium. You might have heard, or you must have seen also, that magnesium reacts with oxygen only when it is heated up. When additional heat is provided, then it starts to burn, and it burns with a dazzling white light. The reactions comes out to be when it is burning, it is getting converted to magnesium oxide, that is the ash of grayish white color. But here you will see that additional heat is required, and for sodium and potassium no additional heat is required. Next is aluminium. When aluminium reacts with oxygen, then it forms aluminium oxide, that is Al2O3. Okay? These metals like aluminium, zinc, lead, they react slowly with air, and they form a protective layer over them which prevents them from corrosion. Now aluminium reaction is written here. Please try to write the reaction of zinc with oxygen and lead with oxygen. Next is iron. Iron don't burn in air, but it combines with oxygen to form FeO.Fe2O3, that is iron 2 and 3 oxide, or it can form Fe3O4, that is ferroso-ferric oxide. Okay, so it is not burning, it is just combining to form iron oxide. Copper plus oxygen. Copper reacts with oxygen on too much heat. When high heat is provided, then only it reacts with oxygen to form copper oxide, which is of dark black color. Okay, now first you should know why some of the metals were reacting at normal temperatures, some metals were not reacting with air, some metals were reacting when they were heated up. Why this thing happens? Because of this metal reactivity series. The metals which are at the top, they are highly reactive, and the metals which are below hydrogen, they are said to be least reactive metals. Carbon is also added in this reactivity series because carbon and hydrogen, they both can be used to extract the metals. How? This we are going to study in the later part of the chapter. There is one more mnemonic also to learn the reactivity series. It is also given here, like the order is potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, carbon, zinc, iron, tin, lead, hydrogen, copper and silver. Mnemonic आप ऐसे learn कर सकते हो, like please stop calling me a careless zebra. Instead, try learning how copper saves gold. You can form your mnemonics also. The main logic behind this is that you have to learn this metal reactivity series. By learning the reactivity series, you can tell what product is going to form. Okay, so now let's do one question. Try to give me an answer. What will happen when silver, gold or platinum reacts with oxygen? The answer is metals like silver, platinum and gold don't burn or react with air. Why they are not burning? Because they are lying at the lowest level in the metal reactivity series. Okay, so now you know whenever a metal reacts with air, it forms metallic oxide. Next we have to study that what is the nature of metallic oxide. In class 8 you have studied that metallic oxides, they can be mixed in water to form a suspension, and then that was tested with some of the indicator. But in class 10 we will be studying that how these metallic oxides react with water and what is their reaction with acids. Okay, so let's start first with reaction with water. Whenever a metallic oxide reacts with water, it forms metallic hydroxide. Like the example is sodium oxide plus water, it is giving you sodium hydroxide. Same way, potassium oxide plus water is giving you potassium hydroxide. So you know these both NaOH and KOH, they are basic in nature. So you can say the oxides of metals are generally basic in nature. Next is reaction with acids. Whenever a metallic oxides, for example, sodium oxides react with an acid. Let's take the acid hydrochloric acid. Then it is forming NaCl and H2O. This reaction you all know, it is a neutralization reaction because here a acid and a base is reacting to form salt and water. So from this reaction also you can infer that Na2O, sodium oxide, is basic in nature, it is a base. Same way the reactions with magnesium oxide, the salt form is magnesium chloride. With copper oxide, it is CuCl2. Okay. Next is amphoteric oxides. There are certain metal oxides which are reacting with both acids as well as bases. Okay, so they react with acid also and base also to form salt and water. Such oxides are known as amphoteric oxide. For example, aluminium oxide, when react with hydrochloric acid, then it forms aluminium chloride and water, as well as when it reacts with a base like NaOH, then it forms NaAlO2, that is sodium aluminate and water. Now try to write the reaction of zinc oxide with the acid and a base. I hope this property is clear to you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.